Welcome back to New Hampshire, and on this cold, wet, rainy, and sometimes snowy day, we're going to get a look at the Steeplegate Mall. And for this one, I'd like to start us off with a short poem. Here is the church, here is the steeple. The gates are open, but where are the people? Developed by the Home Art Company, Steeplegate Mall's life would begin in August 1990, with Sears, JCPenney, Sage Allen, and Steinbach as original anchors. Having talked with fellow retail enthusiasts in the area, the general belief is that the mall was built to take advantage of upper-class white-collar workers whom commuted to Boston for employment. However, as time went on, these upper-class shoppers were more interested in commuting the extra distance to go shopping in Boston, or just stop along the way in Manchester. Steeplegate Mall was overall ignored by the big money in the Concord region. While Steeplegate Mall seemed to enjoy early success, the foot traffic, over time, did begin to wane. In 1999, Steinbach would shut its doors for the last time as the company went through bankruptcy, while Sage Allen would turn over to the Bon-Ton. Bon-Ton would sublet the Steinbach pad to operate a dual anchor setup, with the rest of the space becoming Circuit City. This appeared to mitigate problems with the mall, until Circuit City closed in 2009 as part of a company-wide bankruptcy. Around this time, General Growth Properties owned the Steeplegate Mall and would offload the mall to Rouse Properties as an underperformer. This was done with 29 other malls looked down by GGP as underperforming. In 2014, Rouse Properties would default on their loan and turn the mall over to a number of financial institutions, which included Wells Fargo, Colliers International, and Midland Loans. Things were beginning to look bleak for the Steeplegate Mall, as an Old Navy on-site shut its doors in 2015, and in 2016, Namdar Realty would purchase the mall for the low price of $10.4 million. Now, this didn't turn out as badly as you might think, as there was an attempt to bring in entertainment venues like Hatbox Theater and a bounce house and laser tag venue for the kids. In April 2018, Bon-Ton would shut its doors for the last time, abandoning the mall entirely. This left two sizable vacancies as the company would later enter total liquidation. However, a charter school would come in to fill one of the voids left behind. Meanwhile, a trampoline park would come in to fill the vacancy left behind by Circuit City. In 2019, the Zoo, a health club, would open a location in the other vacancy left behind by Bon-Ton, and this would finally return the Steeplegate Mall to full anchor occupancy. However, the offerings inside the mall itself were still dwindling, with some long-standing tenants citing high rent prices and low foot traffic as reasons to close or relocate. And to make matters worse, Sears would announce plans to close their location at the Steeplegate Mall in early 2020, and you know what would hasten this closure. Enter 2021, and the charter school is gone, and the interior is very empty, with only a handful of tenants remaining. While most of the anchors are still filled in or being used in some capacity, and JCPenney soldiering on as the only traditional anchor left, I have a hard time seeing the Steeplegate Mall remain open for much longer. As usual though, we can only wait and see what may happen with this mall's future. You can see how this mall was a product of the early 90s and late 80s, as interior design took a more clean and elegant look, while still having a color scheme to speak of that wasn't just white and whiter. It's also one of the few open ceiling designs that I kinda like, spanning the mall in its entirety. I am a sucker for this era of malls, but I'm sure you already knew that. Now, I had no intentions to cover this mall at first, and I was going to do something else in Massachusetts while in the area. But when I heard that this mall was hurting, like, really badly, I abandoned those plans for Massachusetts and went to this one instead. And I am glad I did, because this place looks like it's going to close any month now. I'll be surprised if it makes it to 2023 without a serious overhaul to its business model, or a miracle. Hell, maybe it'll need both. Overall, this is the Steeplegate Mall. Now I know where the people went. They went elsewhere to shop, and only a handful of mall walkers remain. What are your thoughts on the Steeplegate Mall? What do you think should be done with this place to put it back on the map? Do share your insight, memories, and whatnot in the comments below, after dropping a like, of course. Additionally, do subscribe if you want to join me in the mall adventure. There's still so much more to see, you know. Also, if you feel inclined to donate to the channel, you can do so through Ko-fi, which you can find linked in the description. Thanks for having me, Concord, New Hampshire. And until next time, this is Doomie Grunt wishing you and the Steeplegate Mall farewell and good luck in this mad, mad, mad world. enjoy that Steeplegate Mall video. This is what I had to drive through to make that video for you. It's April, but it's the Northeast, so hey, what do you want?